Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to be here. It's been so long since I had a sit down like this, and I've been procrastinating and putting this off, but I'm finally here, I'm finally back, and I'm really excited. So before we get into it, if this is your first time here, it's your first time to this channel, it's your first time watching me or coming across this channel, welcome to this beautiful family. So basically this channel encompasses different range of topics, but all of those topics are really around growth, around growing as a human being, around evolving into your best, most authentic, truest self. So if that's the type of content that you're into, definitely like this video and subscribe down below. So for today, I chose a topic that is really important, that I feel literally affects every aspect of our lives. Like whatever is going on around us is actually directly correlated to how much self-love we have. And the other reason I chose this topic is because it's something that I have personally struggled with all my life. I struggled with low self-confidence, I struggled with lack of self-esteem, I struggled with lack of self-love for a very long time, until I actually started to do the inner work and started to research and started to really make changes, because I was not happy with how my life was moving, you know. So yeah, so I have a few tips for you today. I have a few tips for you on how you can actually embark on this self-love journey, because you know, if we're being honest, most of us actually never even knew that it was an option to actually love yourself. Like we didn't know like it was even a thing, you know. Personally, I didn't even know like it was a thing. I knew there were people who were like more confident and stuff like that, but I am of course talking about confidence, but I am also talking about the intrinsic self-love that we have, like what you have for yourself. Like when you look at yourself, how do you really feel about yourself? Because that is what actually mirrors around the world, and that is what you will attract into your life. Like for example, for me, because I struggled with a lack of self-love for a long time, so I ended up self-sabotaging. I ended up attracting into my life situations that were not serving me. I ended up, you know, just really always being in a constant loop of negative feelings, negative emotions, and also negative experiences. So yeah, so the first tip that I have for you today is self-awareness. Okay, so at the beginning of every journey, right, you wouldn't know if you want to go to Kawe, you won't know how much gas maybe you need, or what you need for the trip, unless you know where you're starting from. So that's how it is even with whatever you would want to do in your life, right? So you have to have that self-awareness. Like, why do I do what I do? Why do I think the way I think? Why do I say the things I say to myself? Why am I mean to myself? Why am I hard on myself if I quote unquote make a mistake? I personally don't really believe in mistakes. I believe everything really just is a way of us unfolding into what is actually supposed to happen in our lives. But yeah, why am I so hard on myself when I make a mistake? So it's those types of questions that will show you where you are, and then you will know the type of work that you actually have to do as a human being for you to evolve. Like, okay, maybe my 5 from now to like 5 years from now, how does that person carry themselves? How does she move? How does she walk? You know, what type of confidence does she exude? What type of energy does she exude? What is she doing in her life? So then you now ask yourself like, oh, okay, so what actions do I have to take now that are in my control, that I can do to love her, and that 5 years from now she'll look back and be like, girl, boy, you did it, and we're here now. So you have to have that self-awareness to really be honest about where you are, so that you know the necessary steps you have to take to actually being a whole person who will know for sure that they are more than enough, there will always be enough, and they will actually approve of themselves. Like, external validation is just supposed to be a plus, but we've grown up in a society where we think that external validation is everything, but you have to reach a point where your own internal validation is what is important. And that's been something that I have also been working on. Like, what I feel about myself, if I put out something, it's okay to get cancelled. Okay, it's okay to get cancelled, to get advice, but what I mean is that you should also have that level of self-awareness to know, like, okay, this is the next best thing for me. This is what feels right for me right now, and this is what I'm gonna do. Next tip that I have for you is stop all criticism. Like, guys, I think I even need to, let me take a sip, please. Criticism. Stop criticizing yourself. This is something everyone does. Everybody does this. Like, I think as long as you're a human being and maybe you're fully grown and whatever, you will or have at some point criticized yourself. You know, so you need to stop criticizing yourself for whatever it is. Criticism, you've been criticizing yourself your whole life, it doesn't help you. You know, and even on moments when you think, oh no, that time I criticized myself, then I managed to do it. No, it didn't help you. You know, so you need to be more kinder to yourself, be more gentler to yourself, be gentle. You know, speak to yourself like you would to your 5-year-old self. Speak to yourself like you would to your best friend. How do you speak to the people that you love? That's how you have to now start speaking to yourself. Stop criticizing yourself for any little thing. Don't criticize yourself for the past. The past is gone. There's nothing you can do. Don't criticize yourself for the future that's not even here. You know, you have the power to create your own reality. If you want to change your future, change your now. You know, but not in a negative way, because everything that is birthed out of anger, out of negativity, is the intention that is actually put out there that you will get back. So stop criticizing yourself, be kinder to yourself, be gentle with yourself. You deserve the love that you're actually craving from everybody else. You know those words of affirmations you want to hear from your partner? Give them to yourself. You know those flowers you want to receive from your partner? Guys, buy yourself some flowers. I don't know, take yourself on a date. You know, just put yourself in an environment of self-care. Put yourself in an environment of knowing that I am worthy and I will not speak to myself in a detrimental way. You know, because there's a very huge difference between taking responsibility for your life, which you have to take responsibility for the choices you've made, because that's what has actually, that's what has actually brought you to where you are right now. But there's a difference between taking responsibility and actually being just critical to yourself and in a detrimental, negative way. So yeah, so you have to be kinder to yourself, take responsibility. Okay, this is where I am now. Okay, we've learned, so what's the next best thing? You know, don't have negative loops in your head, because that's the type of energy that you will be attracting back into your life. So yeah, then the next one is boundaries. Guys, stop people pleasing. Stop people pleasing. People pleasing is basically just a lot of people I struggled with. I think most people struggle with it, only that it's on different levels. Some people it's high, some people it's low and stuff like that. But mostly people pleasing is basically saying, I don't deserve love, so I have to earn it by depleting myself. But the only way that you can actually you know, you can't pour from an empty cup. I'm always saying that you can't pour from an empty cup, guys. It's not possible. So what you need to do is that you need to fill yourself up. You fill this cup up, you fill it up, and then until the cup runneth over. Guys, we've heard this. Until the cup runs over, that what is now, running out of the cup is now you'll be able to fill the people up around you. Because people have this misconception that if I love myself, then it means I'm not loving the people around me, or if I do this, if I do something that fills me up, and it means that I'm not being, loving. But what we need to understand is that the only way that you will be the best version of yourself, for whether it's your kids, whether it's your family, your friends, is when actually your cup is full. So you need to stop people pleasing, create boundaries, create boundaries for yourself. When it's a no, it's a no. If you don't do things you don't feel like doing, because every time you do something that you do not feel like doing, you are actually looking in your eyes and you're telling yourself that you are not important. People will always be more important than what you are feeling. So every time you're betraying yourself because you're agreeing to something you don't want to agree with. Of course, it's a lifelong journey. The tips I'm saying are not things that will just, abruptly, you'll be 100%. I'm also still, working on some of these tips. But the point is to have, the self-awareness and to know when you're doing it and you're like, okay, how do I do better next time for myself and for the people around me? The last tip is listening to your intuition, listening to your gut, listening to your sixth sense. We always have that inner voice in us that always tells us like, this is what you should do. We have those times when we've all had this situation where you're going through something and you're calling everyone in your phone book. No, what do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? But deep down you actually do know what to do. And sometimes is that we want to hear the answer that we want to hear. So now you will call 10 people. You will go 10 people. Then when one person says maybe something close. And sometimes we even make these phone calls where, have you ever received a phone call like, your friend is asking for advice and then you tell them, then they're like, sort of coercing you into actually saying what they want you to say. And we've all done that as well. So yeah. So now, instead of finding yourself in that situation, sometimes if you don't know what to do, be still. Like if you don't know what to do in a situation, calm down and be still and listen to what your heart is saying. So this can be done through meditation. Sometimes for me, I even do it even just like before I sleep. I just like close my eyes and just you'll be astonished at the greatness that your mind has, at the greatness that we are surrounded by in this beautiful universe. So learn to listen to your intuition, learn to listen to your inner guidance system. Learn to listen to your intuition, learn to listen to your inner guidance system. So you have to cultivate a relationship with yourself and always ask yourself. One thing I've learned is that the mind gives us the answers to the questions we give it. So if you give it weird questions like, why is life always so bad? It's gonna answer you. And it will show you why life is always so bad. And when you ask it like, okay, how do I make the best out of this situation? What is the next best move? You will receive sort of like the guidance that you need for that particular time. So these are the tips that I had for you on the journey to self-love. The journey to self-love is vast, it's big, it's long, but the point is to just have the self-awareness and start and know that I can love myself better. I can fill myself up so that I'm able to be there in the best ways possible for the people around me. So, well, because I love you all so much, I have like a bonus for you guys for what I have personally experienced and what I've seen like has really helped me with loving myself. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I had low self-confidence, low self-esteem, low self-love, like everything low, like it was in the red zone, and I finally just realized like I can't live like this anymore. This is not serving me. And you know, like Albert Einstein said, like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the different result is insanity. It's complete insanity. So I realized that things had to change inside me for things to change around me. And it's been the best decision I've ever made. I'm still on the self-evolving journey, but I'm definitely at a better place than I was some months back, you know, some weeks back. It's always an evolving journey. So yeah, so the bonus, we're back to the bonus, sorry. Yeah, so these are the bonus sort of like tips or points that I feel have worked for me. So the first thing is exercise. Exercise has really worked for me. It has worked for me so much. When I actually started, firstly I have lost some, you know, few kilograms, which I'm pretty excited about. But when I actually started, I won't even lie, guys, I like weight loss was like not really the reason. I started it for my own mental well-being, because I noticed that every time I go and walk, when I come back, I'll feel lighter, I'll feel better. Even when I was having something weighing me down, I'll feel, you know, better. And because of okay, even better, it's here. Where is it? I saw it. Yeah, this is one of the books that actually really helped me with knowing how to cultivate exercise as part of my daily routine. So I started slow. I always tell people, start slow, start small, you know, because if you bombard yourself, you want to do everything on day one, your mind will just be like, nah, we don't like this. And yeah, I'll do a full video on habit creation and stuff like that, and we'll go deeper into it. But yeah, exercise is key. I think I would advise anybody, and it doesn't mean you have to go to the gym. It could be just a walk around your neighborhood. It could be 20 jumping jacks with, you know, you just start with 20 jumping jacks, a few, you know, is it push-ups and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be anything, you know, body breaking or whatever. But the point is that you start that journey. You are actually telling yourself, like, Violet, you're important to me. This, you know, amazing body that we have that is going to be with me till the wheels fall off. I will take at least 1 hour every other day to take care of it. And that just shows you, like, okay, I love myself. I actually do this for me, not for anybody else. Okay? So the next tip that has really helped me has been meditation. Meditation has, guys, there are no words. Like, it has helped me so much. It has helped me know my authentic self. It has helped me know when I'm misaligned. It has helped me have answers that I needed at that moment. You know, it has helped me make decisions. And, you know, just the process of like quieting your mind, because even when like you're working, the roommate is always talking, you know. But with meditation, you now calm down, you take a few deep breaths, and just quiet the mind, even just for 5 minutes. That helps so much, because it grounds you, it brings you from here, grounds you and reminds you who you are. So meditation has really helped me. And the last thing is mirror work. Mirror work has, guys, it's called mirror work. So I guess you can, you know, you can sort of put 2 and 2 together what it is. So you go to the mirror, I go to the mirror. I think I do this like every day. Yeah, if I don't do it, then maybe it was really like a heavy day or something like that. So I go to the mirror and I go there and I'm like, Violet, I really love you. So if you're actually somewhere where there's a mirror right now, go to the mirror and actually tell yourself, like, I really love you and I approve of you. The first time you say it, some people are actually not able to say it. I've done this with some of my friends, like they are not even able to say it. And it's not a bad thing. It just shows you the things that need to be worked on. Okay, you could start with, I'm willing to like you. You know, I'm willing to like you. I'm willing to be your best friend. I'm willing to listen to you. So mirror work is really important because you know we are looking at ourselves. You are looking at yourself. So what are you saying to yourself? What do you say every time you pass the mirror? Do you always say, oh, God, this stomach? Or do you always say, oh God, I need to gain some weight, I need to lose some weight? But it's time to change and shift the narrative and actually say positive things to yourself when you're looking at the mirror, when you're looking at the person that is staring back at you, that has been through so much but is still standing. So I hope this was a very insightful video for everybody that has watched. It was really exciting for me, so I hope it was exciting for everybody else. Let me know what stood out for you. Let me know what you personally have been doing in your life to cultivate the self-love, you know, loving yourself, to cultivate your self-confidence. Let me know so that I can learn from you guys as well. So thank you so much for watching, especially if you've stayed up to the end. Then definitely I know you are definitely destined for greatness, and I know that you are definitely serious about loving yourself, about changing your life, and about evolving into the greatest version of yourself. So remember, like I always say, guys, you have the power to create your reality. So go out there and create the life that you deserve.